Picture this. You just finished a full meal. You are completely stuffed. You could not eat another bite if someone paid you. And then someone puts a slice of chocolate cake on the table in front of you. Suddenly, out of nowhere, you want it. Not because you are hungry. Not because your body needs fuel. You just want it. And if you have ever wondered why that happens, you are about to find out something that will completely change the way you think about your own brain. This is not about willpower. This is not about self-control. This is biology, and once you understand it, you will stop blaming yourself every time you reach for something sweet, when you know you should not. Let us start at the very beginning. Your brain has one job above everything else, and that job is to keep you alive. To do that, it developed a reward system millions of years ago. A system designed to make you seek out things that help you survive. Food, water, warmth, safety. Every time you found those things, your brain released a chemical called dopamine. And that dopamine made you feel good. Really good. Good enough that you would remember where you found it and go back for more. That was the whole point. Dopamine was not about pleasure itself. It was about motivation. It was the brain's way of saying, whatever you just did, do that again. Now here's where it gets interesting. Back when humans were living in the wild, sugar was incredibly rare. If you found fruit on a tree or honey in a log, that was a jackpot. That was pure energy. That was survival. So your brain treated sugar like gold. It released a massive wave of dopamine the moment you tasted something sweet. And it trained you to crave it constantly. Find the sweet thing. Eat the sweet thing. Remember where the sweet thing was. Come back tomorrow. That system worked perfectly for hundreds of thousands of years. The problem is, you are no longer living in a forest searching for berries. You are living in a world where sugar is in literally everything. Bread, pasta sauce, salad dressing, yogurt, granola bars that are marketed as health food. And the food industry knows exactly how your dopamine system works. They have spent billions of dollars engineering products that trigger your reward system in the most powerful way possible. Here is something that should stop you in your tracks. Studies involving rats showed that when given the choice between sugar water and cocaine, many of them chose the sugar water. Let that sink in. Your brain's response to sugar follows some of the same pathways as its response to some of the most addictive substances known to science. That is not dramatic. That is just how the chemistry works. So when you eat sugar, dopamine floods your brain. You feel a rush, a momentary sense of pleasure and reward. But here is the cruel twist. Your brain is always trying to maintain balance. When dopamine spikes too high too often, your brain starts reducing the number of dopamine receptors available. It essentially turns down the volume. And when that happens, you need more sugar to get the same feeling you used to get from less. Sound familiar? That is the exact same mechanism behind tolerance in substance dependency. Your brain is not broken. It is doing exactly what it was built to do. It just was not built for this environment. Now let us talk about why this happens even when you are not hungry. Hunger and craving are two completely different systems. Hunger is driven by hormones like ghrelin and leptin, which signal your body's actual need for energy. Cravings, on the other hand, are driven by your dopamine system, by memory, by environment, by emotion. When you are stressed, your cortisol levels rise. High cortisol literally activates your reward-seeking system because your brain associates sweet, high-calorie food with comfort and safety. When you see something sweet, your brain does not wait to check your stomach. It fires dopamine in anticipation, before you even take a bite. That anticipation is actually one of the strongest parts of the craving. The wanting is sometimes more intense than the actual enjoyment of eating it. This is why you can crave a specific food at a specific time of day. Your brain has made an association. 3 in the afternoon hits, and suddenly you need something sweet. That is not random. Your brain has been conditioned, possibly over years, to expect that reward at that moment. It is a loop. Cue, craving, reward, repetition. So what do you do with all of this? How do you stop the cycle when your own brain is working against you? The first thing you need to understand is that fighting a craving head-on with pure willpower is one of the least effective strategies available to you. You are essentially trying to override millions of years of hardwiring with conscious thought. Sometimes you will win, often you will not. And neither result says anything about your character. What actually works is understanding the loop and changing the variables inside it. The cue triggers the craving. But the brain is really just looking for the dopamine hit. And here is something most people do not realize. You can get a meaningful dopamine release from other things too. Exercise, accomplishment, social connection, even cold water exposure. These are all things that activate your reward system without the metabolic consequences of processed sugar. Another genuinely effective strategy is managing your blood sugar throughout the day. When your blood glucose drops, your brain enters a mild state of alarm. It wants fast energy. It wants sugar. By eating meals that include protein, fiber, and healthy fat, you slow digestion and keep blood sugar stable. Stable blood sugar means fewer emergency craving signals. Fewer craving signals means you are not fighting your own neurobiology every hour of the day. There is also something powerful in simply naming what is happening in real time. When the craving hits, instead of immediately acting on it or immediately suppressing it, try pausing and recognizing it. Your brain is firing a dopamine anticipation signal. That is it. It is a chemical event. It is not a need. It is not an instruction. It is just a signal. And signals can be observed without being obeyed. That pause, even if it only lasts 30 seconds, gives your prefrontal cortex a chance to come online and participate in the decision rather than letting your reward system run the whole show. One more thing worth knowing. Sugar cravings are often intensified by poor sleep. When you are sleep deprived, your levels of ghrelin go up and your levels of leptin go down. Your brain is running low on its preferred fuel and starts reaching for the fastest energy source it knows. A single night of bad sleep can measurably increase your desire for high-sugar, high-calorie food the next day. So if you are constantly fighting cravings, the answer might not be on your plate at all. It might be on your pillow. The reason your brain craves sugar, even when you are not hungry, is not weakness. It is not laziness. It is a deeply intelligent system responding to cues it was designed to respond to, in an environment it was never designed for. You are walking around with ancient hardware running in a modern world. And once you understand that, you can stop treating every craving as a moral failure and start treating it as information.